Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, Decision Day here in Nebraska. The big races we're tracking tonight as voters all over the state race to the polls for the primaries. Plus, ready to respond what Nebraska's governor is saying tonight about our state's handling of potential hantavirus patients now in Omaha. And high school soccer hype, how 3 top Lincoln teams are battling in Omaha tonight for the state championship. But first this evening, Nebraskans head to the poll for the 2020 primaries. Yes, it's here. Happy Election Day, everyone. I'm Rod Fowler. Good to have you with us. We are closely monitoring several races across our state tonight. Who moves on to the general election in November? And voters are deciding on 2 multi-million-dollar bond issues in 2 different school districts.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle De Silva and I'm reporting from one of the polling sites here in Waverly. It's a big day for the city here that is filled with less than 5,000 people because tonight they're going to be voting on a very large bond for the school district, District 145. It is $64 million and is meant to improve all the schools in the district. Now, this was on the ballot back in 2024 and failed. At that time, it was nearly $90 million. But I've been covering this story for a few weeks, and from the voters that I've spoken to, they say that decreasing the bond by almost $25 million made a big difference in how they felt about it. So we're here at the poll site waiting for the outcome. Stay tuned to hear that tonight. I'm Danielle De Silva reporting from Waverly for Channel 8 News.
Good afternoon. I'm Emma Norwood. I'm reporting here in Beatrice, where voters are taking to the polls today to vote for a brand new mayor. Now, the candidates include Dwayne Rue, Ted Fairbanks, and Tyson Parks. And I'll be keeping a close eye on this race and bringing you updates all throughout the night at 5, 6, and again at 10 o'clock. Now, I'm also keeping a close eye on the Norris bond issue, which voters are voting for either yes or no for supporting or opposing the district to issue $34.8 million in bonds for school facility improvements and to levy a tax to repay that bond. Now, I'm keeping a close eye on both of these issues, and I'll be bringing you updates tonight at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock.
I went out and voted today, and I got my sticker.
Many voters heading to the polls since 8 a.m. today, just like our viewer Melanie showing us her sticker. She's one of more than 1.2 million Nebraskans who are registered to vote in this election cycle. If you haven't voted yet, you have until 8 o'clock tonight to do so. And when you do, we want to see your stickers and where you cast your ballot. Just take a selfie-style video and send it in to our Now Local News app. We'd love to see it. And results start coming in shortly after 8 o'clock tonight. We will be following that very closely and keeping you posted. You can get all updates on air, online, and of course on our Now Local News app, where our team will be keeping you informed all through the election this evening. Just scan the QR code to download the app today and be the first in the know. Now to our Election Day weather and traffic. Rusty, what can those going out to vote yet tonight expect?
Maybe. Oh, there you are. Wasn't sure. I was ready, and here we are. We might see a spot sprinkle or two. We're on the very edge and very tail end, almost literally, of a pretty good storm system here. A severe weather, severe thunderstorm warning in the very northeastern corner of Wisconsin. But for us, we're just on the very edge of this. So a few sprinkles from Columbus to Omaha. We had this in our forecast yesterday. So if you were watching, you're like, oh, okay, there it is. There's that light rain that was possible. Now we're seeing plenty of sunshine in Lincoln right now. 27th and Yankee Hill Road. A little bit of a breeze too on our Honda of Lincoln cam. 84 toasty degrees. Look at those wind gusts though. 33 miles per hour. So it's windy and warm. 84 degrees in Lincoln, 84 in Hebron, 82 in Nebraska City. Tonight, those temperatures eventually dropping to around 50, and the wind will just drop off like a rock as we head past sunset tonight. So it's windy now, but it won't be overnight. We'll have the rest of your forecast in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. And now to a live look at the roads this Tuesday evening. This is 27th And Vine Street, always a busy area of the capital city. Things seem to be running pretty smoothly there. We'll be keeping you updated on other areas of Lincoln as we go out throughout this newscast. Well, new at 4:30, a massive fire breaking out in Columbus, triggering an emergency response from several agencies. Take a look. Officials there say a commercial structure went up in flames yesterday afternoon. You can see the large plumes of smoke blanketing the sky there. The fire taking Columbus fire crews and others from Schuyler and Bellwood nearly 4 hours to put it out. Firefighters even using skilled techniques, including drones, to target the hot spots. Now, no one was injured, and they're still working to try and figure out the cause of the fire. Now to the hantavirus outbreak and Nebraska's fight to contain the disease. Governor Pillen today emphasizing health teams in Nebraska are well equipped to monitor and care for the 16 potential cases now in our state. He says the decision to take in the patients was, quote, the result of multiple conversations and highly involved coordination between our federal, state, and local government partners. Meanwhile, some quarantine patients in Omaha are sharing their experience tonight since arriving there yesterday.
They're treating us really, really well here, so I can't ask for anything more than that.
Jake there was among those exposed to the virus while on board that cruise ship. 15 passengers are at the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha and 1 inside the Biocontainment Unit of UNMC and Nebraska Medicine. Well, happening tonight, the fate of the emergency response system of one of central Nebraska city is in the hands of voters.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. Tonight, Aurora City Council is expecting a full house for private EMS presentations. They are preparing to vote on accepting bids from private ambulance companies. These EMS providers have already submitted proposals, and today the public will get the chance to ask questions or provide input. The Aurora professional firefighters say they are still looking for a way to provide a public fire-based EMS service at a lower cost. They say it's up to the citizens and City Council to choose whether to accept a bid. In anticipation of a larger crowd, the meeting will be held at Aurora Middle School's theater tonight at 7:30. We are tracking the results of this vote and the impact it could have on the community.
Well, it's that time of the year again. We're teaming up with the Lincoln Bike Kitchen to gather bicycles. It's all part of our bike drive where you, our viewers, can bring any new or gently used bikes to us here at the station. We're going to be out in our parking lot all day this Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And at the end of that day, the Bike Kitchen will take all of the donated bicycles and start the process of refurbishing them and giving them to people in the Lincoln community. If you've got a bike that's not being used, bring it on down to us. We're just south of 10th and Van Dorn. Coming up after the break, we have a big update on the Canva cyber attack crippling colleges nationwide. What the company is saying about efforts to recover the stolen information as a critical deadline approaches. And we have a lot more election coverage coming your way, including an inside look at Nebraska's GOP and how they're watching and waiting for result time. That's coming up on our newscast at 5 o'clock.
Did you know Cancer Guard helps screen for multiple cancers?
afternoon in Class A. Lincoln Southwest followed up that action, and Lincoln Southeast plays tonight. So 3 Lincoln schools playing their state quarterfinal matches here in Omaha today. Now, we're going to have the latest on all these games coming up today at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Of course, a full recap this evening at 10 p.m. And not to mention, we got baseball going on up here in Omaha as well. So make sure you download that non-local news app. Stay tuned on all things high school soccer. For now, though, we'll go ahead and send things back over to you guys.
Thank you, Nate. Now to new developments in the Canva cyber attack that hit schools all over the country. Today, Canva's parent company announcing that data that was stolen has been returned. That includes usernames, email addresses, enrollment information, and messages accessed by hackers last week. The hackers claim to have breached data from 275 million users and gave schools until today to negotiate a settlement. The company did not say whether it reached a settlement or not. Now to your full forecast on this 4:30 newscast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
I'm very closely watching what these guys are doing right now because it looks like we might have some pavement laid down there. So anticipating when this intersection opens back up, we'll see. North 48th and Cornhusker Highway, ABC Seamless. Everybody's zooming around, but precipitation-wise, still way below where we should be. Normal's at just over 7.5 inches for the year. We're at 4, so we're almost about half of what we should be seeing so far this year. Temperature-wise, it was identical today, except more wind today than there was yesterday. We were in the middle 80s around this time yesterday. Now we're in the middle 80s again. Look at those low temperatures in the middle 60s. That's a warm start to the day, and that's really just the beginning of what's headed our way. We'll see those temperatures on the way up over the next several days. Look at the wind, though. Go from a very breezy situation, 5, 6 o'clock, and then as soon as the sun goes down, whoop, just drops right off. You're looking at 4, 5, 6 miles per hour. As soon as we get to sunset, temperatures drop off, but not very quickly. I think we'll be cooler tomorrow morning than it was this morning, but still right around 50 degrees. The cut cast, not bad. I think we're going to be good, and then maybe an issue on Saturday, a chance for some strong to severe storms. The timing of it, I think if you get out early enough, you probably won't have to worry about it, and then maybe even some rain. So really the next few days, a decent chance for some well, precipitation chances are small. Good chance to be able to cut the grass without worrying about getting rained on. Now, which I think we would all appreciate. There is a little bit of light rain right here. It's attached to this big system right here that's swirling about in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. That's all moving away from us, but we're on the literal tail end of this. And a few just sprinkles from Columbus to Fremont to Omaha. Lincoln, maybe a sprinkle, maybe. If I go out to my car and see a few raindrops on the windshield, I won't be surprised. But Stormcast says everything's done by about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. Temperatures eventually dropping into the 60s and then into the 50s, maybe even some 40s by early tomorrow morning. We'll have the rest of your forecast, which does include a chance for some strong to severe storms over the weekend, in a few.
Thank you so much, Rusty. Time now for another look at the roads here in Lincoln. This is a live view at 27th and Old Cheney. Once again, things seem to be running smoothly, so good job everybody out there as you make your way around Lincoln. Some of you making your commute back home after a busy day at work. All right, while the war in Iran continues, the Labor Department releasing new numbers tonight. As ABC's Olivia Rubin reports, it's the worst inflation report in nearly 3 years.
Today, the price of everyday household goods, from coffee to lettuce to beef, on the rise. Inflation surging, rising to 3.8%, the highest level in nearly 3 years. Much of that inflation driven by a rise in gas prices, spiking during the war due to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a key waterway in the Middle East carrying a fifth of the world's oil supply. But Trump today with this striking statement when leaving the White House for a high-stakes trip to China, saying he doesn't think about it.
What extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Now, gas up nearly a staggering 30% year over year, according to the data. Americans paying the price.
The $28 billion Americans have cumulatively spent more on gasoline since March 1st will likely continue to grow. And this is not going to start declining until the Strait of Hormuz is reopened.
But after more than a month of negotiations, President Trump still has no deal to reopen the strait or end the war, now saying the ceasefire is on, quote, life support after rejecting Iran's latest deal.
After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it.
And now 3/4 of all Americans say the war has had a negative impact on their finances, according to a new CNN SSRS poll. And 70% of Americans now disapprove of Trump's handling of the economy. Now, China is a close ally of Iran, but President Trump expected to look for their help in bringing Iran back to the table to get a deal to end the war. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
And speaking of the economy and money, U.S. household debt reached an all-time high of $18.8 trillion in the first 3 months of the year. That includes mortgages, credit cards, auto loans, and student loans. This is all according to new data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The increase in overall debt was driven by higher balances on mortgages and auto loans. New at 4:30, Apple says don't ignore the newest iPhone update prompt that you will get. It's urging iPhone and iPad users to update it to its newest operating systems to keep their devices safe. The company says the 26.5 versions address a lengthy list of security flaws. Experts say hackers are making use of artificial intelligence to find new ways to attack phones and tablets. It is time now for a look at what's trending at KLKNTV.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on KLKNTV.com. First up, an arbitrator ruled in favor of the College Sports Commission on Monday in a case brought on behalf of Nebraska football players. The CSC said in a statement, the arbitrator affirmed the commission's decision to reject third-party NIL agreements between Nebraska's multimedia rights partner Playfly and the players. At issue is whether Nebraska's MMR partner would be considered an associated entity, deals from which are subject to CSC scrutiny. In acknowledging the decision, Nebraska AD Troy Dannon said the school would continue to operate under CSC process while monitoring changes in the collegiate landscape. Also getting clicks, the Nebraska Department of Transportation on Monday announced the closure of Interstate 180 for bridge demolitions next week. On May 18th and 20th, the southbound lanes of I-180 will be closed at 9 p.m. On May 19th and 21st, the northbound lanes of I-180 will also close at 9 p.m. At 6 a.m. the following morning, detours will be removed and traffic on I-180 will resume as normal. The closures are due to the demolition of the bridges at Adams Street and Sun Valley Boulevard. A full detour map can be found in this article on our website. You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
And coming up after the break, the making of a star. Which talent stole hearts and earned the American Idol crown in last night's season finale? And coming up all new at 5 o'clock, we are taking in your votes. We asked you on our website, what issue is the biggest for you and your family heading into November's general election? Tune in at 5 o'clock to see which topic carries the vote so far.
didn't care where I was going to place. I knew that I was going to hit the ground running as soon as I left here. So we're going to take 2 weeks to just chill for a little bit, and then almost every weekend until like September, October is wham wham.
On stage?
On stage. Wow. Me touring.
Church worship director Jordan McCullough is this year's runner-up.
Lord, it was you who kept me.
I left my heart out on that stage tonight. I think I just want to live in the moment right now and be present in what's happening. I don't want to move so far ahead that I forget to be grateful for what's happening now.
Keela Richardson skipped the post-show press, but she did make it to third place from a field of thousands. We've heard the reaction from the singers. Now let's hear what Ryan Seacrest and the judges have to say.
Well, they need to rev up because they have created such momentum. That's what is so hard in this business, to make that connection emotionally with people and have them pay attention. They've got that. Now they need to step on it and make something happen, and they will.
Just go seize the moment, seize the day, go work hard, go work hard. There's no way around not working hard in this business if you're going to be successful.
They're all in their own space. They all have different voices. They all have different tools in their tool bags, and there was no wrong answer.
Building a career is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. And they're only going to ask one question. What do you got next? What are you going to do next? Well, I just received a Grammy. What are you going to do next?
We'll wait and see. In Hollywood, George Pinocchio for ABC News.
And let's get one last check of your evening forecast. Rusty, over to you.
A little chilly in central and northwestern Nebraska. Temperatures falling to around 40 degrees, but I think most of southeastern Nebraska should drop to around 50, which isn't too far from normal. And neither are these temperatures. A little on the warmer side, maybe even toasty in northwest Nebraska, where we could see some upper 80s. But I think most of us right around that 80-degree mark for much of the state. For the middle of May, just a little above average. Here's what it looks like outside right now. Look at that. You almost feel like it's blowing you over just looking at it. Plenty of sunshine out there right now. We've got mostly clear skies, and it's looking like a pretty windy but warm day. Now, Stormcast does have a lot of clear skies as we head through tonight into early tomorrow morning. Mostly clear to maybe partly cloudy as we head through the afternoon, and then into the evening hours on Wednesday. The clouds will try to increase. Storm chances coming our way Thursday and then into the weekend. More on that at 5.
All right, thank you, Rusty. That's going to do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here for our 5 o'clock along with our team of reporters and now citizen journalists. We'll see you then.
that brings a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Tonight, the Nebraska primary election is in progress. Our team is out in Lancaster, Douglas, and Gage County, getting the temperature of the people. Mackenzie Johnson is at the Scott Conference Center in Omaha. She's going to be covering the governor, Senate, and House races. Emma Norwood is in Beatrice with the mayoral race there and the huge Nora school bond. Danielle De Silva is in Waverly covering their massive school bond vote. Who will win? Are voters satisfied? And how this will shape the future of Nebraska. And tonight is the night, the Nebraska primary election well underway. Voters are getting off work and hitting the polls as we speak. From Beatrice to Lincoln, Omaha to Waverly, we've got you covered all night long. What are the issues and races voters are paying extra attention to, and how are voters swaying? Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. It is primary election night. Good to have you with us. We are going to begin tonight in Omaha, where many GOP leaders are gathering to see the results of some of the major elections in our state. What do you say we get over to Mackenzie Johnson, who joins us live now from the Scott Conference Center. She's going to fill us in on what to look out for in these critical elections tonight. Hello, Mackenzie.
Good evening, Rod. They're just starting to set up for the watch party behind me here in Omaha, and many of the most recognizable names you'll see on your ballot could be here tonight at this watch party, hoping they can keep support from Nebraska voters. Now, the Republican side on the ballot is chock full tonight for all of you Nebraska voters, and we've got a lot to go through, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, the contenders for governor. Incumbent candidate Jim Pillen is on the ballots, and the other Republicans up against him are Gary Rogie, J.C. Todd, Sal Holguin, Sheila Korthfaken, and John Walls. Lynn Walls is hoping she can win the Democratic spot on the ticket against Larry Marvin. And two candidates are going Marijuana Now party. Moving on now to the Senate race. A lot of people also competing for this seat, which is currently held by Senator Pete Ricketts. He's running for re-election. Only two Democrats are on the ballot today on the opposite side. And then finally, to the District 1 House of Representatives race with yet another incumbent candidate running for re-election. Congressman Mike Flood is unopposed this primary, and so is Nick Sandman, who is running as a Libertarian. But Chris Backemeyer and Eric Moyer are fighting for the Democratic spot during these midterms. Now, it's pretty likely that those incumbent candidates will be moving forward, but tonight we'll be getting the results for who they will have to beat come November in those midterms, and that will make those races come into much sharper focus. I'll be here throughout the evening keeping you updated. First round of results from early voting is set to come in at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be getting more after that, and I'll keep you updated on our Now Local News app. Reporting in Omaha, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. And one of the most pivotal races we're looking at tonight is one that could shift the power in Nebraska's Blue Dot. Channel 8's Meg West joins us here in the studio with the importance of this U.S. House District 2 race. Meg.
Good evening, Rod. Yes, this blue dot you see right there, well, that plays a huge part, a pivotal role in presidential elections. It's been a decade since Nebraska has sent a Democrat to Congress, but with Republican Representative Don Bacon retiring, the seat in the blue dot is now open, and so is the door for Democrats to claim this pivotal seat. We're taking a live look at Capitol Hill now. The front runner for the Democrats is State Senator John Kavanaugh. Democrats fear that if Senator Kavanaugh wins the congressional primary, well, that leaves his seat open in the legislature, giving Nebraska's Republican governor the chance to appoint a conservative Republican to replace him. A move they say could give state Republicans enough votes to change Nebraska to a winner-takes-all system for electoral college votes, eliminating that blue dot entirely. And if a Democrat wins the House seat, another one, the party could keep the blue dot's electoral vote in future presidential elections, making this race one being watched nationwide as it could shape presidential politics for years to come. In the studio, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Meg. And we posted a poll of the day on our website. We want to know what you think is the greatest concern for your family heading into November's general election. After just an hour and a half of voting, you are seeing that the economy is the greatest concern right there at 67%. And coming in second, the war in Iran with 18%. And health care coming in third right now at 15% as far as the greatest concern to you out there. Tonight at 10, we're going to be showing you the results again as more votes come in, so make sure your voice is heard. Go to KOKNTV.com to cast your vote. Well, voters in Gage County with a big decision to make today, the Beatrice mayoral race. And just north of there in Lancaster County, a nearly $35 million bond issue in the Norris School District. Channel 8's Emma Norwood has been talking to voters to get their feel on how things are going tonight. She joins us live now in Beatrice. Emma.
Hey, good evening, Rod. I'm just outside the Beatrice Public Library here, where there have been a steady flow of voters actually coming in and going out to cast their votes tonight. Now, the big three candidates for the mayor race here include Dwayne Rue, who currently sits on the city council. They also have Tyson Parks, who is an associate head baseball coach at Southeast Community College. And then Ted Fairbanks is the third candidate who also currently holds a seat on the city council. Now, I've been able to speak with a few voters here that did choose not to go on camera, but did tell me a few things that they're most concerned with when it comes to this race are the work that's being done on the roads and sort of almost ramping up the downtown areas for families and making it a little bit more beautiful down there. Now, we're going to switch things over to Lancaster County for an issue for the voters tonight, which is the Norris bond. It's a $34.8 million 20-year bond that's aimed at upgrading aging infrastructure and improving safety at the schools. Voting yes on this is a vote supporting authorizing the district to issue the nearly $35 million in bonds for the school improvements and to levy a tax to repay those bonds. Now, of course, voting no means opposing the district issuing the bond and levying that tax to repay it. So I'll be keeping a close eye on both the Beatrice mayor race here and on that Norris bond issue. And of course, we'll be bringing you updates as soon as we get any of those results in. For now, reporting live here in Beatrice, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Emma. Norris voters not the only ones deciding on a pretty big school bond issue. In Waverly, they'll be voting on a $64 million bond. Danielle Da Silva is with voters there. She joins us live. Danielle, what can you tell us?
Well, Rod, since arriving here at this polling site, there's been a steady stream of voters coming here to cast their vote. And here in the city of Waverly, that hot ticket item today is the $64 million school bond. Now, this bond previously failed 2020. The first time around, the school bond was at $90 million, an amount that voters tell me was too much. After the school board reduced it by nearly $25 million, many people I spoke to say they can live with that. One resident says he appreciates the decrease and also mentioned that it all comes down to the buildings simply needing it, especially the HVAC system, and an expansion of the school spaces are needed because what they have now is becoming cramped for their growing community of nearly 5,000 people. Now, another couple I spoke to tell me that the decrease did not make a difference for them because they think the changes that the school district plans to make should have been done a long time ago and a little bit at a time. Doing it all at once at such a heavy price tag is not an easy vote for them to make, and they voted not to go ahead with the school bond. And they also mentioned that school prices are going up, prices in general rather, so they don't think that now is the right time. Now, a lot of the people I spoke to, voters here, tell me that regardless of their decision, they showed up because they truly believe that every vote does count. Now, I'll be here in Waverly following this vote and reporting back. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Danielle Da Silva, reporting in Waverly for Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Danielle. We asked you on our Now Local News app, what issue brought you out to the polls today? Let's take a listen to what citizen journalist Melanie said in response.
I just got back from the polls, and I wouldn't say there was a particular issue that brought me out. It's just the fact that it's an election, and it's always important, even if it's a primary, to have our voices heard.
And for real-time updates on the winners of the elections, the Now Local News app is really the place to be. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the app for free so you can know who is winning before anyone else. And Lincoln Mayor Larry Gaylor Baird voting with her daughter today. She says she turns 18 later this year, which means she can vote for the first time in today's primary. She adds they're appreciative of those who endured so much to achieve voting rights for women. Well, don't go anywhere. We have more headed your way after the break and a fresh batch of stories in our 6 o'clock show, including the governor's confidence. Governor Pillen releasing a statement today how confident he is in the state handling the hantavirus situation. And coming up after the break here, inside quarantine, we're going to hear from one of the passengers from the cruise ship exposed to hantavirus, how he's describing the conditions inside UNMC's containment unit.
A little bit of light rain is trying to show up on radar in eastern Nebraska this afternoon. Is there any more in the forecast? We'll have that when we come back.
Breaking now, Lincoln police make an arrest in a child sexual assault investigation. They say 56-year-old Hung Van Vu inappropriately touched a 12-year-old boy several times between 2021 and 2023. Police say they got the call about the sexual assault a couple of weeks ago, and today they say he's been jailed, accused of third-degree sexual assault of a child. A crash in East Lincoln sends one car on its side and another is pretty damaged. This was at 70th and Victory Park Drive. Melanie sending this video to our Now Local News app around 3:30 this afternoon. She says school had just let out at East High. You can see there causing some traffic delays. Police also blocked off 70th Street southbound. No word yet on the extent of any injuries. We're getting a new perspective on the hot virus outbreak today from inside UNMC's quarantine facility. Jake Rossmarin was a passenger on the cruise ship where passengers were exposed to the virus. He spoke today from inside his quarantine unit. He talked about his journey from the cruise ship to Omaha and how frightened he was when he learned passengers were exposed to the virus. We're also learning what conditions are like inside the quarantine units.
I don't have any symptoms. Good. I mean, this room is spacious. We have exercise equipment. I have a stationary bike back there, so I'll be making use out of it over the next, month or so. And yeah, there's air conditioning. We get food, 3 meals a day, as much as we need. So my plan right now is to stay for the 42 days. I think that is the best decision that's for me and for my family. And I know that here I'm in the best care possible.
As always, we'll keep you up to date on air and on our Now Local News app as we learn more about this hantavirus outbreak. New developments in the request for a major disaster declaration for Nebraska. 5 more Nebraska leaders are reaching out to President Trump for the declaration. They're following suit after Governor Pillen sent in his request to the president yesterday. The new signatures coming from our state's 2 senators and 3 representatives. 3 counties were given disaster area designations following the widespread wildfires. If the state receives this major disaster declaration from the president, Nebraska would be eligible for federal funding to assist the state in recovering land that was ravaged by the fires.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Above average by quite a bit today, by 12 degrees. 73s are normal for the high temperature. We got up to 85 today. Goodness, still no precipitation. We just flat out need the rain. And there's a little bit out there, but just enough to almost make you mad because it's just not enough. We have a few clouds out there looking towards the north on our Barry Law Camp. Not much going on there or in Beatrice either. Look at that, Shones Roofing Camp. Wind gusts at 24 miles per hour, sustained at 20. 84 degrees, mostly sunny skies in Beatrice. So very warm still in Hebron and Beatrice, 79 now in Lincoln, still 80 and 81 in Holdridge and McCook. Most of us though in the middle and upper 70s, about where we're supposed to be this time of year, a few degrees above average, but overall pretty warm out there and still on the windy side. Now, if the wind was coming out of the south, it'd probably be a little bit warmer, but since it's coming out of the north, it's trying to cool us off, not doing a very good job of it, but still 15, 20, 25 miles per hour, gusting to around 35 miles per hour. As soon as the sun goes down, this will all go away very, very quickly. In fact, it's already starting to go away out in western parts of the state. But still 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. A little bit of light rain here. Again, just about enough to make us mad because we need the rain. And when Mother Nature goes, here, have a couple of raindrops, it's like, well, geez, thanks a lot. But a sprinkle or 2 possible from Columbus to Lincoln to Omaha. Again, not going to amount to much. And by about 10 p.m., look at that. Not even a cloud yet. Oh, there's one. That's it. That's, jeez. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe we'll get a little better here by Wednesday afternoon. A few clouds moving into parts of western Nebraska. Again, there's just not a whole lot going on. So it looks like Wednesday should be a relatively quiet day and a quiet night. But things are going to start to get ramped up just a little bit. Now, by Thursday afternoon into the evening hours, a few storms going to be possible. Stormcast is not showing much of anything because there's going to be a cap in place. If it can blow through that cap, we may see some strong storms just south of Interstate 80. I'll show you that here in a second. It is showing it on the other side of Interstate 70 and then headed towards Kansas City, and then that's about it. But that chance is there, and we're on the very northern edge of it. The better chance right here in that slight risk from Wichita up towards the Nebraska-Kansas border. But Lincoln, I-80, not really there, but it's close, so we'll keep an eye on that. Fast forward to Saturday, along and south of Interstate 80, almost in that exact same spot, another chance for some strong to severe storms. And then on Sunday, that expands a little bit from North Platte all the way over to Des Moines and areas south. Does include Lincoln, Grand Island, well, just about everybody in south central and eastern Nebraska. So Sunday will be the day to watch. Timing, it's Tuesday. We still have the rest of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 6 days. So we'll fine tune the details. Just an early heads up that there's storms possible over the weekend, especially with graduation and all that going on. Temperatures around 50 for the low tonight, which is normal, and high temperatures tomorrow pretty close to 80, just a few degrees cooler than it was today. Then our bike drive, which happens on Thursday, temperatures getting into the middle and upper 80s by the afternoon. So a warm one on Thursday, really warm on Friday and Saturday. That storm chance Saturday, Sunday, maybe even into Monday, and temperatures cooling off a little bit. But overall, a very warm 10-day forecast.
Time we're teaming up with the Lincoln Bike Kitchen to gather bikes. It's all part of our bike drive where you, our wonderful viewers, can bring any new or gently used bikes to us here at the station. We're going to be out there in our parking lot all day Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And at the end of the day, the Bike Kitchen will take all of the donated bicycles and start the process of refurbishing them and giving them to people in the Lincoln community. If you've got a bike that's not being used, bring it on down to us. We're just south of 10th and Van Dorn. Right now, it's day 2 of the NSAA State Soccer Championships in Omaha. Today, the Class A boys are taking the stage at Morrison Stadium. Our Channel 8 sports director, Nate Johnson, has been there all day. He joins us live now from Omaha. Nate, how's it going?
Hey, thank you, Rod. It's been a loaded day of soccer here in Omaha. A lot of great action already taking place on the pitch here in Omaha. Lincoln East started the day, followed by Lincoln Southwest. Both teams going up against some very solid competition. And let's take a quick recap of what's transpired so far today. Lincoln East was taking on the 1-seed Papillion La Vista South, hoping for a massive upset, and they almost pulled it off. The final, however, 2-1 Titans. Now, Lincoln Southwest fouled up that game. The Silverhawks went wire to wire in regulation with Elkhorn South. The final, though, Lincoln Southwest 4-1 over the Storm in overtime. So here's a look at the scores once again tonight. The Titans take down the Spartans 2-1. The Silverhawks handle the Storm 4-1 in overtime. And then later tonight, Lincoln Southwest plays in the Southeast, plays in the nightcap game. They take on Omaha South. And we'll have more on that this evening at 10 p.m. So a lot is talked about this evening on the soccer pitch. We'll also be talking some Husker baseball, of course. They're in town taking on Creighton. So a lot to get into here in Omaha. For now, the reporting in Omaha, Nate Johnson, Channel 8 Sports. Rod will send things back over to you.
Thank you, Nate. And stay with us. We have more ready for you after the break and a new slate of stories in our 6 o'clock show, including Standing by Bean. The Sean Lau family is raising money for Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Why they say research into astroblastoma is more important than ever. Don't go away.
One, save. The countdown is on for great deals this year at Salvage Warehouse.
New at 5, the York Police Department wrangles a rogue pig. Check out this picture of the successful capture. They say they had minimal resources at the time they received the call, so Officer Bates began to walk that giant hog 1.5 miles to an animal clinic. Luckily for him and that big pig, they were picked up after about 45 minutes of walking. They were loaded into a trailer. Well, I doubt if the cop was, but anyway, they safely transported the hog to the fairgrounds instead. I think he probably got a ride in the cab there.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd be thankful too. That's a lot of walking, and somebody came to the rescue. All right, let's get a final check of the weather with Rusty on this primary election day.
Couple of sprinkles. If you're out and about and you see a couple of raindrops hit your windshield, this is why. It's not a lot. It's just enough to maybe go, oh, is it going to rain? And then it doesn't. So don't get too excited about this. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Temperatures tomorrow morning, this afternoon, in the middle and upper 70s. It's a toasty one out there.
You bet. Thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.